So I think it's not new for any of us gig workers to know that Uber does shady stuff. Uber cheats. It's not Uber Eats. And this time they cheated me. And this one was interesting to go through because it's not one I've been through before. And if you have, I want you to comment below. Wednesday evening, I was out doing deliveries. Now, just an update on one of my previous videos. Yes, I still believe due to the tariffs, it has slowed down dramatically. I am highly feeling the ding on my pocketbook, but there's not much I can do about that except keep pushing through. So this was Wednesday, the April 2nd, and I'm pushing through doing deliveries. And I got a deli kebab order, which was $11.42, and it was for about 4-ish kilometers. Now, what ended up happening, got the order done, an hour afterwards, it showed me that I got $7.21. Now, my first instinct is I got tip baited. Now, typically I've stopped contacting support for any means. You know, it's not a big deal. If we look at on it, it's $4.21. Now, I'm going to say a key component here. The tip missing was $4.21. The amount I got tipped was $4.21. You want to hold on to those numbers in a minute. So I didn't think it was too much of a big deal, but I was like to the top of the nines, pissed off. Orders have slowed down. I remember that evening, I only went out in the evening and I made $48 for like 3 hours. I was pissed. So I did contact support because if there's nothing on my surveys, if I didn't do anything wrong, why deduct my earnings? Long story short, I did get a manager. The whole thing took 20 minutes. I did get a manager who gave me back the $4.21. Now let's fast forward to the next day, Thursday. Thursday, my brother told me, well, you're not going to go near deli kebab. And I said, why? He said, there's a massive leak in front. I'm like, well, I'll go check it out. I picked up my son from school. We went to deli kebab. We talked to the staff. And they turned around and one of the staff members says, you're very quick. You left quick last night and another driver had to show up. I'm like, huh? He's like, yeah, you left very quick. I'm like, okay. I don't think anything of it. Now he goes to the kitchen, he comes out, and they were very sweet. I love deli kebab, they're sweethearts. They gave us some free butter chicken with some rice, and on my way. I went home, I ate, I went back out, and I did orders. And they got me thinking, $4.21. $4.21. Tip in, tip removed. That's 50%. I move very quick. What are these guys talking about? I went back to deli kebab that exact same evening in hopes to get an order anyways, and I talked to the staff members and I show them my screenshot like this. And I told them, do you know what happened with this order? And they said, yes, we forgot to add the samosas. And they said because of that, that's why we mentioned you were very quick. What ended up happening is the customer contacted support. They got a 50% rebate on their entire order. But what I never knew that Uber is shady enough to do is when they give the customer 50% off the order, they give it also 50% off our tips. That's insane. The dispute is between the restaurant and Uber, but who gets penalized? Us drivers. $4.21 was my tip and $4.21 is my amount missing. That is 50% of the actual initial order with tip included. Now, Uber, I think this is jack shit that you are doing, and you don't go penalizing your drivers when I'm not the one that was reported for stealing food or missing food. You should never be taking that out of our hard earnings. No wonder why I call support and talk to managers every once in a while, because stuff like this is horrible to do to your drivers. I was shocked. I mean, I shouldn't be. It's Uber cheats, but they're cheating us delivery drivers. I did everything on point. Deli Kebab apologized too on behalf of Uber because they did not know that my tip went down. They thought I zipped out of the door a little bit quicker than expected because they had their hands full, but they never once thought that it was me at fault. They knew that just, we go in, we go out, we get the order, thank you, have a good night, see you later. But they didn't think that I deserved to have 50% of my tip gone. But Uber Cheats decided that they found that was okay. Now, if this has happened to you, comment below in the comment because I'm happy I disputed. I did get an adjustment. Yeah, Here it is. Adjustment $4.21. And I get it, I wouldn't wait 20 minutes either, but it was dead and I wasn't doing anything, and I really wanted to know if something happened. Here's the worst part. When I spoke to the manager, they said nothing happened within the order. Nothing. So they're blinded on their customer service side. I'm blinded on my side because I don't know what's going on. But guess what? It's okay. Penalize the driver of 50%. Uber, next time, take the 50% out of your cut and leave us drivers alone. We are just doing our jobs. And it's quite frankly sad that the ones that are doing a good job are the ones that take the heat and take the hit financially speaking. Nah, that is not okay to be doing to delivery drivers. I mean, at this point, I don't know if anybody else has faced this. I told this one to my brother and he was surprised too, because, I mean, how much more cheaper is Uber Eats gonna get? But, I mean, c'est la vie. I can't really do much. We're independent contractors. We kind of accept that they can play around with things in the back end system as much as they want, but it doesn't mean that it's fair. So that's what I had to face on Wednesday. If you've had to face similar situations, comment below, and I'll catch you lovelies in the next video.